All right, guys, welcome. Season 2 is among us right now, and boy, we got a special episode for you guys. Xander, do you want to introduce who's sitting to your left right now?
Yeah, I'll introduce our guest. This is a very special person right here. We had him on last season, and honestly, one of our best guests. You know, we've never had a bad guest, but I loved having him on. So please introduce SMITTY CAKES.
Let's go!
What up, y'all? Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Truly a blessing being here. Man, what was it, 3 months ago?
Yeah,
it's been
like 3, 4 months.
It's been a while for sure.
Yeah, so it's a lot been going on since then. A lot actually, and it's crazy. Just it's I don't know if the word is nostalgic that I'm kind of looking for, but just sitting in this position from like the perspective that I have on just I don't know. Life, business, all those other things is just a totally different. I mean, even me, like I don't drink alcohol no more. Like
since we last talked.
Yeah.
Zero.
So it's been about almost 8 weeks. So at the end of this month, it'll be 8 weeks.
Good for you, man.
It was just, it wasn't really like this big revelation or epiphany, but. It was more so from a health standpoint, right? Like just trying to reduce inflammation, and obviously with the surgery and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, I'm not gonna grab no beers during the week, like and then all right, I'll have a glass of wine on the weekend, and then it went to, like, well, we're not gonna drink on the weekend, and then it turned into 2 weekends, and then 3, and the next thing you know, like I just don't have a.
You don't have a craving anymore.
Like it's just not, and then I look at alcohol and the fact that. Regardless of what you say, even restaurants and everywhere we go, they advertise it as spirits. So, with that being said, the spirit, like I looked at it just from a spiritual standpoint.
Okay.
And when we are in consumption of alcohol.
Can you move your mic just up a little bit?
Oh, yeah,
I just want to make sure they got you.
Yeah. So when we're in consumption of alcohol, it's an alternate version of who we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because we don't ever really think clearly, and then we do things that are outside of character. Why is the alcohol making us outside of character? It's because of the spirit that's in the alcohol. So,
That's crazy, man.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, and it's not like to say, I don't know, maybe on my 44th birthday I might not have a glass of wine or something like that, but other than that.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, dude, like... That's a great decision just based on a health standpoint.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that a lot last time too. So, hey, any little improvements, man, like I always love to see it. So.
Right on.
100%, man. Well, good for you, dude. Good for you. It sounds like
I guess that's kind of like the shining moment for me. I mean, things are great with business and all that other stuff, but it's like.
And hopefully we'll ask you a little bit about that. But as far as before we started the podcast, guys, Phil's not with us today. As you can see, Phil's not here. I'm the host of this.
He's been dropped.
No, he's the complete opposite. His dad's in town. He hasn't seen him for a while, so family time. Family time's very important. So,
very important.
But he had the privilege and honor to try one of his. Can I say it? Mm-hmm. SMITTY CAKES is dropping a whole new line. Am I right? This is a whole new line.
Yeah, it's a whole new line.
It is called SMITTY CAKES.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as there being a whole new line, this is a whole new flavor as well.
Yeah, this is a whole new flavor. So we have this flavor available now as a SMITTY cake, but it's only available through our retail partnerships.
Okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
We have retail partnerships now throughout Southern California. We'll get into it later. But we have retail partners throughout Southern California, and so you can't even order this online because we're really about building the relationships with our partners and everything.
Exclusivity, right?
So, exclusivity. Yeah. So it's exclusive to our partnerships.
Nice.
Well, good for you, man.
And let me just show the people that are watching. These are the SMITTYs. I know y'all didn't get to see the real, the big regular size ones, but these regular size SMITTY cakes are about what? Say
it's about big? 5.5 ounces. So we're looking at this right here, the SMITTYs, is about 3.5 to 4 of those are equivalent to a full SMITTY cake.
Okay.
So 3. Okay.
So it's like 1/4, like a quarter of one. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't tried the truck. Are you ready? Can we just
go ahead? Y'all do.
Can we try real quick?
Are we digging right in?
No, I
don't need to put the glove and all that on, do I?
No.
Perfect. We're not gonna get this Michael Jackson style. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop open these.
All right.
I was about to call them Q-tips. They're toothpicks.
They look like an.
All right, so Bam, go ahead and grab yourself
All right.
a toothpick, and he
Pass
is
that over
going
to
to
me.
try
We'll it at the same
the
time.
churro coffee cake SMITTY.
Yes,
Ooh.
sir. Let's get it.
We're getting.
We getting this live, y'all.
Yeah.
I get excited when people start trying stuff. It's like I get
ready?
excited. Ready to go?
Yeah, I'm
1,
ready.
2, 3. Let's get it. This is real life. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say. See,
Bro.
that's what their taste buds is saying right now, dog. Like, see, I don't know. It's me. I don't know. It's not me, but it is me, but it's them because it's their reaction.
Did you get our reactions? Oh
Their
my
reaction.
gosh,
Dude, the way that shit, like, it just like.
okay, it was like creamy, like the first bite is like what did you say when you tried it? What did you say? It was.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I said it was moist, but
like,
but
it almost gushed in your mouth. Like, okay, pause, pause.
No.
But it almost like gushed in your mouth.
It's an explosion of flavor.
Yeah, there we go.
No, that is crazy. Is that like a glaze in there that I'm tasting?
Yes, protein glaze. Yeah.
That is crazy.
So the SMITTY cakes
man.
got 3 layers. There's the cake, there's the glaze, and then there's the topping. So, and every layer has protein. Every layer has its own distinct flavor. Every layer has its own distinct texture. I mean, we're talking now 4 years.
Yeah, almost perfected the
10 hours a day,
yeah.
12 hours a day for 4 years. Compound effect of that, and that's pretty much. And then, just, not blood, but sweat and tears.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, there's emotion in that.
Definitely.
Yeah, like you said last time, you're putting your heart and soul into.
If you guys
making
haven't
these.
seen the first episode with SMITTY Cakes, go back to season 1. He has an incredible story. We got deep in the first one a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
You kind of shared how this even got started and the path that you were going to go, but then something kind of steered you into a different direction, and here we are today. Definitely go check out that season 1 episode. It's going to be linked in the description for sure. I need to get one more.
Yeah, dude. I was
go
say.
ahead, handle your business. I brought them all, so y'all could just kill that.
I'm gonna kill it.
Oh,
yeah, you got to show the camera. You got to bring that up to the camera and just let the camera see. That is literally it. That is it. That is, or you could take this whole tray up there and literally just show them like, my God. Yep. And then we got the macros. So those of you that are, wondering if like, what's in SMITTY cakes and this and that, the ingredients are listed. The macros are listed on the label. The calories.
And you do have a website, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to be linked in the description as well.
Cool, perfect.
Yeah.
So
we'll get his description linked as well. It has all the flavors and everything.
All the flavors, all the ingredients, all the macros, everything.
So far, it's just in Southern California, or can they be
so
shipped?
Right now we are not. So that's funny that you said that. Are we going to get into? Because that's part of the whole transition of things that have gone into business. So, but yeah, we are currently now. It's just California.
Okay.
So we have some things established in Texas, but we aren't currently shipping or anything.
Okay.
It's just our partnerships in California. We aren't even shipping inside of California right now, but we got some stuff coming for that.
Okay. Yeah, stay tuned, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, and if you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you've tried a SMITTY cake, you know. Like this
you already know.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for everybody that's not watching in California that can't get one of these right now because they're insane.
Yeah, no, they are.
One day when they eventually,
they will be.
They will be. Yep. You guys have to try.
Retailer near you.
Yes.
So just
make sure. Hey, link's gonna be in the description, so check it out.
Yep.
Yeah. For
but
sure.
What did you want to ask SMITTY today? I know you had a couple of questions.
Yeah, just a couple of questions. I mean, I know you have the macros all listed, but for the people that are gonna be like, nah, I ain't trying to look at all in the description and everything. So, what would you say is the main difference? Like, what is the protein difference between these ones and like a full box of these versus one SMITTY cake?
Oh, a full box of like the SMITTYs?
Yeah, are you gonna sell the SMITTYs in a box like this?
We haven't figured that out.
Okay.
Because, for example, like on the website or just SMITTY cakes in general, you have your option of getting singles. That's at our retail partners.
Yeah.
We no longer have the singles available online.
Okay.
And then online, you buy your variety pack, which is a pack like this, of 4 separate SMITTY cakes. He's looking like, bro, you better not eat them all.
I know. No, that is exactly how I looked at him. I was like,
listen,
son of a gun.
Listen, trust me, I've seen that look before. But when you go online, you can buy the variety pack. That's 4 different flavors, right? Or you can pick a flavor of your choice, and you can get a 4-pack, half a dozen, 12, and so forth, a dozen, so forth and so on. So.
Gotcha.
As it relates to the SMITTYs, we're just kind of figuring out because it'll more than likely be like half a dozen, and a dozen will be because they're small.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get a 6-pack or a 12-pack. That's what we're looking at with
this. That's honestly perfect.
And it'll probably be different packaging. I just did this because. For the sake of time,
No, 100%.
We appreciate it.
I could probably eat a dozen myself.
Yeah.
So going below 6 is kind of insane.
Yeah,
like,
it's not even.
They're gonna want more. You're gonna have to.
Not even close.
100%.
Yeah.
So what's like the protein intake compared to one of these versus a regular SMITTY cake?
So a regular SMITTY cake, if you're looking at 14 to 17 grams of protein per SMITTY cake, then this is going to be about a fourth. So you're looking at, probably about 4 to 5 grams of protein. Roughly.
Well, you could kill like 5 of these in like 10 seconds.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you get 25 grams of protein. It's the biggest thing is this is a little bit more convenient.
Yeah.
Right? Versus, don't get me wrong, a whole SMITTY cake, people smash them. It's super easy. They're delicious. It's not like they don't get wasted.
Yeah, definitely.
No one ever has them sitting around. But this is just more of your grab and go snack, pop it, boom. So this is maybe something for a lifter.
Yeah.
That would be easier. Right? I'm gonna pop instead of eating a whole SMITTY cake, I'm gonna pop a couple right before my set, literally, and then pop a couple mid workout, and then be done, and then go have your post workout.
I'm an avid gamer, right? I always play video games, and I can even see this like in a bag or like a Ziploc next to me, and I'm just like in between rounds, I grab one and just pop, and then I'm just gaming again, or like pop a couple if I like, like
that's actually we're working. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's some new branding and packaging and stuff. That's
okay.
Exclusive. We cannot talk about this.
Nah, but it's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Good.
Yep.
I'm glad, man.
And if someone is like bulking or cutting, who would you recommend this to? Is this more for the bulker, for the cutter, for both? Or
honestly, we don't have. How can I say this? Because I was told when we first started with this that we were swimming in a blue ocean.
Swimming in the blue ocean.
Yeah, and swimming in the blue ocean from a business standpoint, when you're in a blue ocean, it means you're in a market on your own. Like, there's nothing else out there.
Yeah.
The ocean is blue. It's not crowded with anyone, so you kind of will be the standard for whatever comes after that. And I've taken that fully on. So with me, it's not, although I come from a fitness background, health, nutrition, all that other stuff, it's literally, like, we got people who literally aren't looking to, they just want to live a healthy, active lifestyle. They're not concerned with working out. They don't even go to the gym, and they eat these all the time.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got, like our sponsored athletes who are, some are bodybuilding pros, some are working towards their pro card. Like, and so they incorporate SMITTY cakes into their program. So to a degree, right? Because obviously in the bodybuilding industry, it's a lot more strict.
Yeah.
So during that last 8 weeks, you may not be consuming, SMITTY cakes or whatever, but it's still something you can eat on a day-to-day basis. So now somebody who is, it just depends. It's I don't think that we really have, it's like for this person.
Yeah.
It's really a protein pastry that is for everyone.
And it's a healthy.
Like I've got one single client that I train every now and then, and she's 72. And she eats SMITTY cakes religiously. And then I've got a lady who buys probably like 1.5 to 2 dozen every week for her kids, like as well as her. So it's for everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even if you're not in the gym or the fitness realm, it's a healthier alternative than going to the store and buying something just riddled with red 40 and like sugar and stuff like that.
Like
and it tastes even better than
not just that. It's like even with kids and their parents are like, "Oh, grab this protein bar, grab this, and grab that." You know how many protein bars get wasted? Kids don't waste these.
I know that's very true. I can't imagine anyone leaving it there and be like,
bruh.
No, I'm done with it. All right.
Honestly, man, like every single protein snack I've had, and I'm not even trying to like do this just to like hype you up, but I'm being genuine. It's like I've never really had a protein snack where I'm like, like I could. It's like always all right, you know. This I can genuinely say is fucking good.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's always like not like, dry, but almost like a bit like it's not it.
Yeah, dry might be the word.
Dude, they're not even like comparable to this. This is like you're saying, like you're swimming in a blue ocean. There's no one that's gonna. Well, maybe. And is that a concern? Can I ask that? Is that a concern for you? Like down the line, do you think people are gonna try to replicate this and try to, Well,
here's the thing. That would be like saying, if I was concerned if someone's gonna make a clone of my son, right? What God has given to me is for me, so therefore I have full confidence to walk in that and declare it with reckless abandon and understanding that even if somebody tried to duplicate this, it would be irrelevant to what I've been called to do. So therefore, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Wow.
Like it doesn't. Like I don't know. Like there's not a way. Like I'm not. It's not cockiness or anything. It's just like it would be like somebody trying to tell me my name was Lathune or something. Like I just pulled something out of the sky. It's like, bro, I see my birth certificate. I know who I am. I'm Brian. You know what I mean? Like my name is Brian Smith.
Yeah.
Therefore, as true as my name is Brian Smith, is as true as it's irrelevant what anyone does, because I know God has called me to something, because it ain't even just in what we're doing and how we're impacting people. It's in the numbers, the logistics of how the business is scaling.
Yeah.
So when you get it that deep, that means it's got roots, and anything that got roots, it doesn't get shaken in storms because it's rooted.
Amen. My God.
So you can't.
Oh my God.
It's like it's almost like the word of God. It's infallible. So I can't, even if there was a mistake or a transition or a season, it doesn't matter, because when rain comes, most look at the flood. I look at the fact that once the water settles, it's nothing but green after that.
Damn.
Wow.
So that's
like,
I don't have any concern whatsoever. And then everything else outside of it is locked and booted. Every I is dotted, every T. Every person we have a conversation with, every person that I engage with, from a logistics standpoint and a legal standpoint, we have everything documented from day one to the day I sit here and talk to you guys.
Wow.
So if someone let's say somebody had this crazy whiff to say, hey, I want to do this and do that. That's great. We keeping track of everything, and then you just end up, I don't know, getting sued for everything you're worth.
Yeah. So you said, hey, you're welcome to try it, but you're not
like,
going to
so I want to cover, like, it's not anything other than, like, it's like Kobe and Jordan, right? Like, neither one of them, and I consider myself in what I'm doing, maybe, on that level, right? Not as far as basketball, ain't no way, but they had a supreme confidence to where they did not care about missing the game-winning shot, because it's just part of the repetition of getting to where you're supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's kind of my mindset on it, because people do ask me that, but I really don't. It don't matter to me.
Wow.
So
if somebody did try to steal, like literally, if somebody was just to try to steal it, I don't want to get super biblical on here, but I guess that's me anyway.
Talk, yeah.
The word says, touch not my anointed. And therefore, if I'm truly walking in God's purpose for my life, there are examples throughout the entire scripture that shows he's gone before. So if he goes before me, it says no weapon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
None.
Yeah, that got.
It's nothing.
That's like, I don't really have even like a reply to that. That just hit so hard.
That's
it.
It's literally, and I say that with all confidence.
Yeah, and
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, like, I love like you said, that Kobe and that Jordan mindset was like, ain't nothing like really stop. Any setback is not gonna stop me. You know, that's just like another. It's just another fucking path along the road, I guess.
And with God on your side, God's always with you.
Bro.
So there literally is no like obstacle you can't like
overcome.
Yeah, overcome. You know, with God on your side as well. Like,
I literally have sat in this kitchen breaking down in the midst of preparing 40 dozen because a song came on that reminded me of my father, and I had to sit there for 5 to 10 minutes and just allow myself to grieve in the process of preparing orders. Does that make sense? So, like, if God has given me the spirit and the strength to muster up the courage to continue to show up despite losing my father and having some regrets in regards to that.
Yeah.
Bro. And on top of that,
I was going to ask.
I blew... After grieving my father, getting put into the hospital with blowing my whole open and being, I spent 12 weeks taking showers. Like, well, I wasn't taking showers. I was washing myself on the toilet and sleeping on the sofa.
Yeah.
12 weeks. So I started therapy.
Damn,
I started
3
journaling.
months.
All of that stuff. So it's just, I guess it's a battle-tested thing.
Mm-hmm.
And,
100%.
whatever ocean we got to cross, we're going to cross it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're just ready. You're ready. You're like, bring it on.
The Red Sea for Moses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
what can
he do for you?
There it is. So yeah.
So when you were talking about your knee, so you were over here stretching it, going over the wires, like what? That ain't a word. Like, because I remember last time it was a little bit more. It was a little bit more troublesome, right? So how have you come along with the knee? How is it?
Oh, it's good. Like, my knee is doing absolutely excellent. I only have this just sometimes for stability and when I'm standing in the kitchen all day. But other than that, like,
last time you were in a full get up.
Yeah, I had the full get up, the whole 9, and it was a pain. But now the range of motion is good. The range of motion is great, actually. Now it's just building the strength up.
Good.
I'm probably, I'm about 30% maybe.
Okay.
As far as the strength goes, because like this is the stronger leg.
Yeah.
So I'm at about
the
30,
atrophy,
30.
dude.
Yeah,
major atrophy.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Like I just got to like over here I can do 105 on a single leg extension.
Okay.
I just got to 25, 30 pounds.
Wow, man.
Damn.
So and I'm doing it and it's like and then letting it down, it's like clack, 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 and you are literally like just gritting your teeth because you feel the bone and the flat. You feel it all.
Oh my god!
But it's like, what am I gonna do? Because my mind literally is like, bro, you're about to be 44.
Yeah.
So you got to keep doing this because if this knee gets stiff, like, how are you gonna do the things that God has called? Like literally, that's the premise behind everything. It's like, how you gonna do what God has called you to do if your health is not right, if your knee is stiff, if your this is that, and so there's a different motive and energy behind it. But the knee's doing good.
Yeah.
And then obviously cutting out the alcohol reduces inflammation immensely.
I bet.
Right. And then I'm dialing in my nutrition. I think I'm down in the last couple of weeks 6.5, 7 pounds, something like that.
Good.
So it's going good. Shout out to my boy Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan,
Shout out,
he's a trainer over at Metroflex.
There you go.
And he's one of our sponsored athletes too. And this is nothing against any of our other sponsored athletes. Ain't nothing against any, because I've been in the fitness industry and around trainers since 2015.
Ooh.
Right? So we're talking about
9 years?
No, 2000. Wait, actually, is it 2000? Where did I
It's
start?
2024 right now?
No, not 2015. Because I started at Gold's Gym as a fitness counselor in 2012.
Wow.
So since
12 years, almost 13 years?
Yeah. So in that time, I've been everything from a fitness counselor to a general manager to obviously a full-time personal trainer to a district manager, like all of that stuff in between. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of different relationships. But something that struck me, I'm very big on words, right? I don't know if that comes from, writing and poetry, spoken word, and all that other stuff, but the word says life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
Right? And so we literally speak life or death into our own situations by our acknowledgement or our ignorance of what it is that we're saying. Right? And so I say that to say what struck me, because I've had other people be like, hey man, I'll put this together for you, I'll put that together. Nothing against it. Love it. And I've taken some of that advice and all those other things. But when he sent me my program, he was like, and mind you, I know I don't work with none, but there are trainers out there, and we've seen it, and especially in big box gyms, we're like, oh, can you give me a meal plan? Cool. And it's like copy and paste from Pinterest, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right? We all know.
Right?
We all know.
100%. So This dude literally sent me something. He was like, "This is your diet protocol," and I saw protocol, and I was like, And obviously, I'm with, like, I got a lot of friends who are in the military, Marines, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you hear the word protocol, that's like, this is a direct order.
Yeah.
Like, it's non-negotiable. You said that you would do this with me. Now here's your protocol.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you must follow. So now I'm hearing that, and using that is where I'm at here, is whereas I'm thinking. So I'm like, okay, let me test this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the accountability piece.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people will look at it and think because I like talking to people, I'm confident, all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean nothing. I still struggle with stuff.
Yeah,
of course.
100%.
We
Everyone
all struggle
does.
with
We're all
stuff.
human.
And we all need accountability. Kobe, LeBron, Jordan all had trainers, right? You know what I mean? People who held them accountable to make sure, because every day they don't feel like, they know they gotta, but they don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so his accountability has been a big thing. And it's the first time that I've taken on the tutelage of someone, because I was a former full-time personal trainer.
Yeah.
So it's the first time I've taken on that tutelage, and it's going well. So
Good.
Okay.
that's actually a contributor, because now that I'm following a particular protocol,
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing the changes. So it's
Yeah,
good.
go,
okay.
man.
And what type of accountability does he do? Does he like...
It ain't Here's the crazy thing, because to somebody who's self-regulated and self-motivated, you don't need a window washer, right? I don't need somebody over my shoulder. Hey, what are you doing to this? What are you doing to that? But it's like, it's just the assumptive.
Uh-huh.
When you learn people, and have you guys ever, what is that book? Love Languages?
I know what love languages are,
Okay,
but
cool.
I haven't read
So
it.
there's a book called The Four Love Languages, and when you understand, I don't even know if he's read the book, but when you understand stuff like that, you understand how to talk to people, right? Based on how they respond to the things that you say,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so, for me, he affirms when I do what it is that I'm supposed to do,
Good.
and then he just asks questions. If I didn't do what I'm supposed to do, that leads me, based on my integrity, to let him know I didn't do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
He don't have to call me on my shit, because the accountability is already there. So it's like, if I didn't do it, I'm not gonna fill out the thing and be like, I've been 100% on my meal plan.
Yeah.
If I know I'm looking at him and the example he's setting,
Yeah.
and it's like, nah, I've been at 70% this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Transparency is so important with that, because if you are lying to your trainer or
It's stupid.
yeah, it's like okay,
You waste.
so now like you're actually following it and you're still not getting your goal, so let me switch it up, when in the first place you could have been like, no, like this is you're just not following it. Follow it to the T, and if you're not getting the results that we're set out to get, then we can switch it up. But when people lie and they're like, okay, yeah, actually, okay, you're not losing weight, let me cut the calories more, then you're not eating as much when you could have been eating the same amount. You're just cheating. You're cheating more.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. So
Yeah, 100%. And speak of like cheating on calories and stuff like that, these are definitely a cheat on calories. And I want to know, where's the inspiration behind these flavors? Behind your flavors, do you just think, oh, this would be good, like let's just try this out, or like do you have like, you know, messages that you're getting from you know,
or maybe you go to Disneyland, take a churro, like bite of a churro or something like.
yeah, like how did this come to be? Like the salted caramel praline.
So do you guys?
Huh?
Did you still say that? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I'm sitting here. There's no right or wrong answer to this, because it's everything.
Okay.
Like, I don't look to the left or the right in comparison for nothing, because comparison is a thief of all joy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
But inspiration, right, comes from many sources. And I'll give you a perfect example. The churro coffee cake, right?
Yeah.
The honest to God truth on how we came up with the churro coffee cake, I did a poll
On Instagram?
on Instagram.
Linked
And
in the description.
I asked the people, I said, what flavors would you like? Churro, coffee cake, pineapple upside down cake.
That one would be.
That would be.
It's already in the line. It's dropping next month.
Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Pineapple upside down cake is gonna be stupid, bro.
Pineapple's my favorite fruit.
That one. that one I'm really concerned about releasing. I got interviews with some bakers anyway coming up because once we drop that one, it's gonna go. It's stupid.
Like, shit,
but
that's
the
all
churro coffee cake.
Dang, guys.
So churro was an option. Coffee cake was an option. And I did the poll, and literally just bananas. Everybody was like, churro, 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 churro. Bro, I go to sleep, and the polls was like 23% churro, 50% coffee cake, and then like the rest was like pineapple. Bro, I wake up, coffee cake is like at 60%. Like it is just
damn.
Just literally overnight. I think everybody was asleep. They woke up, had their coffee, and that's exactly what I think happened. Right?
This would be good.
And
in
so
a cake.
I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, so I guess we're dropping a coffee cake. And then it just dawned on me, it's like, what if you did a churro coffee cake? So we did a churro coffee cake, and the rest is history.
No, just like that, man.
Literally,
dude.
That's it.
You wanna do one?
And you
each,
know the
man?
crazy
one
part. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna say this. There are no testers.
No.
What do you mean?
We don't taste test anything.
So you just
so when a
cook it
flavor
up?
drops, the first people that taste it are the people that have paid for it.
No, that's...
So you don't try your own stuff?
On God.
Wow.
So you just have so much trust in your process.
Not in my process, in my preparation and what God has called me to. He would not direct me in a path. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, now obviously if I forget baking powder,
yeah, exactly.
they drop and I'm redoing those. And I kid you not, my wife would be like, no, don't throw those away. I'm like, this is imperfection. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not even palatable to me. So, but nevertheless, yeah, like, it wasn't until recently. That's funny because that's how I came out with these. Because I had some extra, I would have extra batter, whatever the case may be, and normally I'm just like, rinse it out, boom, we're done.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got these little donut pans, let me do these. And then the reason why I did those is because my family always complains that they don't get SMITTY cakes. Because they only get SMITTY cakes maybe on the weekends, because during the week when I order,
they're
so
gone.
there's no like, hey, you guys, I'm making you these, because when I get the whim, I get the whim. Like the Cocoa Brownie Crunch. Literally, I was sitting watching the NBA playoffs and was like, ooh, Cocoa Brownie. I swear to God. It was like the dog from Up. Squirrel! Like, it came out of nowhere, bro. Like, I'm sitting there watching basketball.
Yeah.
It might even have been a Dorito commercial on. I don't even know. There was nothing brownie, nothing cocoa. Like, the Celtics weren't even
just an
playing,
epiphany.
so I wasn't even watching Brown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, it was nothing. It was just Cocoa Brownie. And I'm like, what? And I go in the kitchen, whip it up, boom, and people are like, oh my God.
Just like that? You you said boom, got up, kicked it up like that?
Literally. I just got up and just made a dozen.
Wow. No, that is genius. You had extra ingredients, right? And then you're like, let me just make. That is literally killing two birds with one stone. Getting all the big ones out. Oh, we got this little. Let's make it. Let's make it. Half dozen.
Wishing it down, and then I did these, and now my kids are loving them. I'm like, ooh, you know what? What do I call SMITTYs? Just like that, I was washing out the dishes, and I was like, what am I gonna? SMITTYs. Oh, like literally, that's how this stuff happens, bro. Like I
mean, dude, that's like a perfect name for him. It couldn't have come up with a better name. I'm gonna have one.
Yeah, because at first I was thinking like mini SMITTYs, and I was like, no, that's too many words.
Yeah.
SMITTYs.
Hand over the pan. Bring the pan over here. Man, oh
yeah,
man,
I'm glad you guys enjoy those, bro.
Dude,
dude, these are cheers.
Boom, boom, and there you have it, folks. A dozen SMITTYs gone like that.
That's a dozen. That was between two people.
Yep. Those are fire. I'm glad you guys enjoying, man. Like, I was telling somebody the other day, like, I understand what my grandmother felt now. So, being a person, we didn't grow up with cookbooks, right? My kids are always, what are we having for dinner? Food. Like, literally, well, what kind of food? The kind that you can eat and digest. So, go on in there and have a seat, and when it's done, I'll call you for your plate. Like, that's just how we were raised, like, right? And so, my mom, what are we making? We're going to grab this, we're going to grab that, and we're putting it together. We season it, we flavor it, we do it with love, right? And then it comes out amazing. And it always did. And so that's how I always cooked. But I didn't have an appreciation for people's appreciation.
Wow.
Until I knew the value in what it was that I was doing. and anything that appreciates is increasing in value, like properties, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, now there's more value around this. I'm looking at people enjoy it, and it's like, man, I see what grandma felt on Thanksgiving.
Dude, that is so deep.
It's I don't even understand it, bro. Like, I don't even, because I used to hate bacon.
Yeah.
Like, I used to, and I know I'm saying it sounding like I'm saying bacon, like sizzle, like, but it's, right? That's the country twang. I'm not even from the South, but it's in there. That is it. Like, there's a joy and a, almost like my grandfather would say, tickled pink. Right, to like where there's just this joy out of people enjoying them.
Wow.
Yeah, like seeing someone else like our reaction when we take a bite, we're like,
bro.
That.
So when we say we're gonna bless your taste buds, we mean that.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that's no joke.
Like, we're gonna bless your, like, if your taste buds have never been literally like blessed before, we're gonna bless your taste buds, and that's the mindset and the energy behind it. Dude,
that's amazing. Yeah. And I know you said, like, when you're baking, you feel like the emotions or how you feel that goes into the stuff that you prepare. So do you always try to get in, like, a good mood before you bake?
Oh, yeah. 1,000%. This is funny. So, well, I won't say that yet. But we're transitioning, right? But I've always treated, even when we were in a smaller house when we first started this, I've always treated the kitchen like, I don't know, I'm at Cheesecake Factory or like Gordon Bleu or wherever. Gordon Bleu, whatever. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. The purpose is I'm looking at it as a professional kitchen. So when I go into the kitchen is immaculate. Like, floors mopped, counters off, like, I even show stuff on my stories like, woo, kitchen is the clothes for the night. Like, it's because it's important to me. Yeah. Like, it starts off with the preparation of my heart and the preparation of my mind before I go into baking. So, like, people see on social media where I'm like, oh, I'm up at 2:30, I'm up at 3. Yeah, but I don't go straight into baking. Like, I get my mind right first.
Yes.
My spirit right. I journal, I listen to my personal development, I pray, read my word, whatever I got for that day.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I have my but first coffee. Right? I'll have my coffee or my SMITTY cake, my vitamins, my routine, right?
Yeah.
And then I go into baking.
Okay.
And then when I go into baking, now I'm in this mode, and then I play. I don't always listen to music. Like, I'm be real with you. There's 3 things that I'm going to listen to when I'm baking. I'm going to be listening to the Word of God, right? And whether it be like audio, right, or praise and worship, right, or I'm listening to some type of podcast or personal development, you know what I mean, get me engaged for the day and all that other stuff. Yeah. And then every now and then I have a it's a SMITTY morning mix.
SMITTY morning mix.
And the SMITTY morning mix is a little bit of, like, there's Kirk Franklin on there. Okay. There's also some J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, the energy behind it is like overcoming adversity.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just, there's different songs that, like, literally I have on repeat to keep me in this particular spirit. And some of those happen to make me start thinking about my pops. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't push that down anymore.
Yeah.
I exercise that muscle.
Good.
Right? And religiously I exercise that muscle.
Yeah.
Because 1, I'm showing my children that it's okay to grieve.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And then 2, I'm allowing myself to work through the emotion of what grief is and get to the different levels of it. Because if you never expose yourself to grieving, when you do finally grieve, it's a low. It's a low.
Kind of like everything that you've been kind of pressing.
The energy
comes up.
It's a low, because the longer you suppress it, right, the deeper you dig, the further to climb.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh, yeah. That's, damn, I never even
deeper
thought about
you
it like
dig,
that.
The further to climb.
Further you climb.
Yep.
And that's like, you know, especially for men, we're always taught just like, don't release your emotions, like, you know, stay strong, stay firm.
Ooh.
And
that was the last thing my dad said to me before he died.
Really?
Stay strong.
Stay strong?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Oh damn! I didn't
nah,
even
you good?
Yeah,
you
sorry.
didn't know that, but that's like that in itself. That phrase has so much meaning to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't trying to cut you off. But yeah.
No, you're good.
You're
like,
good.
like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, stay strong, and then we never. Sometimes we feel like weak if we like let those emotions out, or even just like grieve or cry. You know, like. So, do you even just saying that, man? Like, that's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
But I think encountering your emotions, whether they are high energy or low energy, that is a signification. It's significant of strength. I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a sign of being strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very strong. I mean, you don't want to be crying all the time, and being, sad all the
like
time, because that
everything.
hurts you in here if you're focusing on the sad stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be optimistic. You have to seek optimism, right? But it's okay when we fall down sometimes into the pit of pessimism, and once you hit rock bottom, you can't go lower.
Yeah.
Right.
The only way is going up.
And the thing with the grief, the crying isn't always pessimistic, because he turns our mourning, our sorrow into joy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the sorrow has to be there, because now I don't cry because I miss my father. I don't cry because I miss my father. I do miss my father, but I know I'll be reunited.
Absolutely.
The crying comes from the fact that I'm proud of who I'm becoming.
Yes.
And he's seeing this process.
100%.
Right? So it's the grief, that's why I say it has levels, because now this new level is like, yo, we're transitioning into something bigger and greater.
100%.
And it's like, I'm proud of where we are.
Praise God.
Pops, keep watching, because we got a lot more to go.
100%.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
That's the kind of the energy around it. You know what I mean?
100%.
So yeah,
you've got this full force just with you, man. Like
it's crazy.
You can feel it radiating whenever
Dude,
you walk in a
honestly.
room. Whenever you walk in a room, it's like, ooh, something. Like Smitty's here, but there's
it ain't
the whole room is like. It's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It hits you. It hits close to home.
Especially
and you
just
can't
like,
really tell what it is exactly, but it's something. It's definitely something. You can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
We can feel difference in energies, right? It's like when the hair sticks up on the back of your neck, and you're just like, something's not right. Like,
or when you walk in, or you see someone like all down and everything, hunched over, like now
they're
I feel
bringing
more
that
sad.
with them. Like you feel something come in with them.
Yeah.
And guys, if you haven't had the privilege to meet Smitty, I mean, you'll see in the first episode, if you go back, I met Smitty at just a public gym. I used to work at a public gym, and there was always something different about him. You always had a smile on your face. You were always super optimistic, and I was just like, bro, like, I'm not gonna like. Everyone was being like just like jerks. I'm not gonna rain on this parade. What's going on, bro? You looking good today? You know what I mean? Like, so it's praise God, honestly. That's all I can say. Like, from where you were to where you are now, it's complete, like you said, transformation, man. Like, transformation and transitioning into something probably bigger than you could ever even imagine to this day and in the future. Like,
it's a great thing, man. And the only thing that I say outside of, like, I just praise the Lord for it, is that it actually isn't bigger than I can imagine.
Really?
You're like, I know this is,
and
you know where the vision's at.
This is why I say that. Is because, God, Jesus knew God's plan for him the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, he knew Judas would betray him. He knew Peter would fight for him.
Yeah.
But Peter was also concerned with what people had to say.
Mm.
And he knew that there was no other way but for him to go to the cross.
Yeah.
However, his moment of weakness in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he said, if this cup could pass, let it.
Okay.
But yet still, let your will be done. So the flesh in him came up and said, I don't really want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, how else can this be done?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other way? And there's not.
Yeah.
And the reason why there's no other way is because I came to the realization that I had to lose my father.
Wow.
Because God knew I was ready to take care of my mother for the rest of her life. So, with what happened to my pops, and I didn't always feel this way, but I ran into a man at Fitness Mania, one of our partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I was like, I gotta go to the restroom. Ran back to the restroom. Coming out the restroom, gentleman, I'm seeing him unloading the bag. He's checking out the SMITTY cakes on the corner. I'm like, hey man, you should check those out. It's the world's best protein donut. Oh, he's like, I'm already knowing. I came over here because y'all reached out. He was like, wait, this you? I'm like, yeah. He was like, bro, that brown sugar maple smacks. Like, he was like, that brown sugar. We started talking, going back and forth. And then for whatever reason, like, Pops came up and all of that. And then he tells me about how he lost both his father and then his sister.
Wow.
You know, within a short time frame apart from each other. And then he shares with me, he was like, bro, God knew.
Yeah.
God knew you were ready and had the vehicle to take you and the family exactly to where you need to be to make sure that everything that comes after you is taken care of and everything that came before you is taken care of.
Wow. He spit.
So how had I not lost my father, I would have been in a comfort zone to say my mom's got him.
That's very true.
I would have been in a comfort zone because Pops is there to take care of it. Pops is there to take care of it. Pops isn't there. I got to step up. I'm pushed like David when he was a shepherd and God called him to be a king. But he didn't even know and he wasn't ready. But every lesson he learned along the way, every job I've ever had, learning how to scale a business and learning how to break down the breakdown by being a manager at Dick's Sporting Goods and just different things that I've done have literally put me in position for this particular moment.
Wow.
And then losing Pops and doing all those other things was like, what the hell is your problem? Get it together. Get it on board now. Because I hit rock bottom in October. A lot of people don't know this. Everything almost bottomed out in November.
November, really?
Everything. November. Yep, this was actually before our first podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
In November, everything literally almost bottomed out. I injured myself in October, and I hit rock bottom because I was going through the emotion of being helpless and not being able, and losing my father and all that. It was just a lot of anger, and then I had this outburst. And I had this outburst to where I wasn't recognizable as who I was supposed to be. And then that's when I started therapy. That's when I started journaling, all those other things. And when I'm telling you God has turned everything around because I took personal responsibility and looked in here and drew from him, bro, it's just different. I don't even understand it.
Yeah.
Like, I just wake up different. There's a different hunger. There's a different passion. Like, there's a different purpose.
Yeah.
Like, and nothing can get in the way.
Yeah.
Nothing.
For some reason that reminds me of I forget where I saw it, but it said there was two types of people that wake up and say, what does the world have to offer me? And there's people that people wake up and say, what do I have to offer the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're one of those people. I mean, I think you kind of went through both a little bit, right? Yep. And now you're in the mindset of like, what do I have to offer? Oh, well, I have to offer this. I have to offer that. Like, even meaningful conversations, like the conversations we have, that means a lot to me. 100%. Just hearing your perspective and how far you've come and what has had to happen to you. Like, I think that's another reason why, brother. Like, I think you went through the things that you went through to talk with people about those and seriously impact us. Like, I think it's all an assimilation. There's multiple things.
That's the 15 freeway right there.
Yeah.
2017, I tried to drive myself off of it.
Wow.
Literally, this freeway right here, I started at Rancho, California, and I tried to drive myself off the freeway all the way out to Wildemar. Literally, every exit, my vision was for me to get off and just crash and blow my car up into the bridge. And every time, I couldn't do it. I got so frustrated, I tried to rip the steering wheel off.
Wow.
Like, this was back in 2017. So when you talk about valleys and peaks and all that other stuff, have been in lowest of lows and highs of the highs. Like, I don't talk about all of that stuff. Some of I talk about because it's a relatable thing.
Yeah.
And more people need to be open and genuine about that stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, like, that's something that I don't tell everybody.
Yeah. Well,
but
thank you, man.
It's a part of my story.
Yeah.
It's a part of, like, it's like what you said. And it's funny because they talked about this at church today, about us being open vessels for God to use and move through.
Yes.
Right? And when you know and you're confident in who you are, then that means you're confident in who He's created you to be.
Exactly.
And why you being confident in who He's created you to be, that means you can be used exactly how you're supposed to be used, right? Because just like one of these pieces of equipment, if it was defaulty, what are you going to do? Call the manufacturer, get it replaced.
Yeah.
But if the machine does exactly what it's supposed to do, you get to build the muscles the way they're supposed to be built.
Damn.
Dude, he's dropped like 7, 8, 9 isms this whole damn
podcast. I'm not trying to drop isms by any way, shape, or form.
He's speaking through isms. Yeah.
That's literally it. And so now it's like, yo, like, you got the potter and then you got the clay.
Dude, I value you as a human being so much. I have to say that right now. I'm so dead serious. Like,
I wasn't always like this.
Bro, you get me emotional sometimes too. I feel it. Like, I actually feel it.
Yeah, the power behind your words.
Like, it's actually crazy, bro.
All I gotta say is all glory be to God, bro. Because I didn't used to be like this. I wasn't always like this. I was hard. Like, part of the reason why I tried to drive myself off the freeway, just because of racism and different things that I've encountered. Like, I was married for 16 years, bro. I've been in Temecula since 2008. And I didn't go to downtown Temecula until like 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I always used to just think it was full of a bunch of racist folks. Yeah. And the reason, and I say no disrespect to that, but because I have experienced personally out here being racially profiled by the police and different things of that nature. And so I either get to live in that or be the reason why there's a difference behind it. Those are the two different avenues I get with that. But I used to believe the devil's lie. Oh, you married for 16 years, you got a divorce, you can't talk about God to anybody because you couldn't even keep your marriage. Like, literally, that was the lie that I kept.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even audition for the worship team because I was like, God can't use me. I messed my marriage up. Literally, bro, I was believing those lies.
Yeah.
I was but the word says He makes all things new.
Yeah.
All things. What is all?
Everything.
So if I have supreme confidence in that, guess what? If something goes wrong, I get to go to Him.
100%.
He's the only person you have to answer to.
But his word can't return void. So therefore, I just get to walk in the absolute and know even if the bottom falls out, He's gonna be there to catch.
Yeah.
100%.
So,
dude, you're so deeply rooted in your faith, and I love it.
I ain't perfect. I'm not perfect.
None of us are. I'm not saying like none of us are.
Yeah.
All of us are sinners, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm a sinner saved by grace, bro.
100%.
I understand that grace, and I try to my best to not take advantage of it.
100%. And when we first started this podcast, I was thinking, if we're talking stuff out into the world, I think that every now and again we need to get really real and talk about real things, emotions, events in people's lives, stuff that people are kind of scared and not willing to talk about. And religion is even in that now. Everyone's very controversial. Religion is kind of controversial now for some odd reason. Yeah, everything's
controversial.
So I think it's just a breath of fresh air when we can get on and kind of talk about that. And for season season 1 of episode 2. We are hitting this deep. Like we are hitting this.
Season 2 of episode 1. I just realized you said that wrong.
Season 1, episode 2.
Season 2, episode 1.
Oh my God! I said it wrong. You guys know what I mean.
I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
You guys know what I mean.
I had my Back to the Future socks on earlier.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. So I mean, I think it's just awesome how we're kicking this season off with a banger. Like,
for sure.
Like, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
The SMITTY cakes are absolutely amazing. I'm gonna be following along
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All like
your whole journey, man. Every new flavor that drops, I will be copping.
Absolutely.
Before they sell out.
You guys can check out because right now you can go online and you can order, but curbside. Because this is kind of how, like, it's crazy because we used to do curbside pickup every day, Monday through Friday and even Saturdays, and now we're closed on the weekends.
Okay.
Just because that's when we do events.
Mm-hmm.
And then curbside pickups are available on Tuesdays and Thursdays only because Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we do deliveries. Like, we got partners all the way up to 215 out on the 60.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
So are Tuesdays and Thursdays the only days that, like, non-sponsored places can get their SMITTYs?
Anyone can place an order online and then do curbside pickup Tuesday and Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Outside of that, you simply just go to one of our retail partners and you can just pick
okay.
Yep,
and all that's on your site?
Yep. www.smittycakes.com.
Click the link in the description, guys.
Yep. Yeah. And then there's actually a list of all of our retail partners. So, like,
sweet.
You know, shout out to Ep.25, Marietta North. Shout out to Garage Gym Fitness. Shout out to Meal Prep Mama. Shout out to Riverside Elite Boot Camp. So yeah, man, and there's more to come. We got Rancho Cucamonga, a lot of different places.
Oh, for
awesome,
sure, man. Everybody's gonna be trying to get some of these.
Yeah.
As soon as someone
hopefully
gets
in
to buy
Texas.
it.
I mean, I got family out there. I'm hoping one day I could be like, yo, head here.
Believe me not. Yeah. Like, I was literally just talking to someone from Houston today about some things. So Texas is, it's not. What we're doing is we're establishing in Austin, so we're going to start there.
Okay.
And so we've got a sponsored athlete, marketing director. Her name is Lex. She's out there. She's absolutely amazing. She reps for the brand. She's a stand-up person. And so, yeah, that's coming.
Shout out Lex.
That's coming, fourth quarter 2024. So.
Gotcha.
Sweet,
all
man.
right. Anything else you want to tell them real quick before you go?
I mean, just, yes. I absolutely
And after you're done, I need an ism from you.
Ism, bro. Okay.
I know, like,
all right.
I know you dropped so many.
Nah, you know what? If I could say anything to people, it's like stay in your lane. Stay in your lane and do what you know to do, not what you feel like doing. Like, because you're never gonna feel like doing it. And there's someone out there that's got like this crazy, because you got to understand, I came to my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
After doing market analysis and everything, because I used to do network marketing full time. I'm like, hey, I think this would be a thing I could do, blah, blah, blah. He's, man, you're wasting your time with that.
Oh, shit.
You need to do something that's duplicatable. And now I've set up my own donut distribution, and it's going worldwide.
Yeah.
So stick to your guns, right? And just be grounded in your faith.
Yeah.
And never feel like you owe people anything.
Okay.
Because you don't.
Yeah.
You don't owe nobody nothing. You owe God what he's called you to for the sake of other people, but you don't owe those people anything.
Yeah.
Because if you try to give them something, there can be error in that. If you allow yourself to be used and God to supply it, there can be no error because he knows exactly what they need.
100%. And just to branch off what you just said, do you know George Jenko podcast? He's basically a Christian podcaster.
Okay.
He's gotten on, I mean, so many good names. You should look him up, George Jenko. But he said that his biggest fear, which I don't know why, that what you just said just reminded me, is like his biggest fear is meeting God and seeing the life he was supposed to live and what he could have, what potential he could have got to, and how he ended up living his life.
I think David Goggins says something like that too.
Yeah, it's synonymous, but he talks about that too, and he was like really emotional, and he was like, I was just thinking, like I used to smoke a lot when I was a kid and all this different type of stuff, and he's like, the reason why I got out of that is because what if I pass away tomorrow and God shows me how I lived my life, and the past 3 years me and my friends were sitting in this room just smoking and watching TV when I could have went here, I could have went here, I could have done this, I could have met them, and this could have been my whole life. This is what God called me to be. But because of my selfishness and living on how I wanted to live and not how God wants me to live, this is what I missed out on.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
You know when it's God, because I know when it's God, because God has shown me what this business and what we're growing is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's put it on my heart to provide things for people that naturally in my flesh I wouldn't want to. Literally by name. He's been like, this for this person, that for this person. And I'm like, what the heck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Like,
and literally, I'm literally like, dang, this is really happening. And I know it's happening because my heart is saying, yes, Lord.
Yeah.
For someone who in my flesh, naturally, I would not want to if I'm counting on me. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
So that's how I know God is all up in the mix of everything because of what's going to come from it. So, yeah. All
right, man. I love your mindset. I love your confidence.
I appreciate you guys, man. This is a blessing, y'all. Like, this ain't an ism. I don't know if it is. It may be whatever.
Spit. Go ahead.
But be confident in the Lord and in the power of his might. And the reason why is because you don't have to teeter the fence of compromise for popularity.
Wow.
Okay.
You don't have to teeter the fence of compromise for popularity. Everything that bears fruit is rooted.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Everything that bears fruit is rooted. Everything that's not rooted doesn't bear fruit, and when the storms come, it gets blown over. So root yourself in what God has called you to be versus what people expect you to be. And then in that same energy, don't have expectations, but set standards. Set standards. See, when we have expectations for people, we expect them to do something based on our energy or our ability. Then when they fall short, we want to blame them. But if we set a standard, then it's everybody's at the same level. This is the line you cross or you don't cross, and based on what your action is, where that line is, determines whether you're in or you're out. And then you keep that standard across the board and you never compromise. And now when something falls off or someone falls off, it's not because you had an expectation and you tried to dismiss them. It's because they fell short of the standard and you got to keep going.
Yeah. All right, man.
My goodness, man. That is a perfect spot to end off, guys.
That's it, y'all. Let's keep the standards, baby.
Keep the standards, man.
Standards high.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. I mean, it feels like time has flown by. I don't even know. I think we're at an hour and 3 minutes. Yeah. It has flown by. It feels like 20 minutes. We could sit here and probably have a 2.5-hour podcast. I
love
with
y'all,
Smitty.
man. This is great. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again for coming on, bro. Always a pleasure.
I appreciate you so much, man. Okay, well, guys, that is it. Season 2, episode 1 with Smitty Cakes.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Smitty,
Absolutely.
for being
Thank you,
on.
guys.
Guys, this is just the beginning to a incredible season. Who knows, man? Like, we need to get you on soon.
Maybe season 3.
Season 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, okay.
Yeah.
Shorter episodes this season, guys.
They're not shorter
but it'd be crazy.
Shorter seasons.
Shorter seasons, yeah.
I'm
mixing
everything.
You're
mixing everything up.
Yeah,
don't worry, man. I got you.
Dude, it'd be sick if we were like, if you had a distribution center, we sat a podcast straight in where everything was being made or something.
Insane.
That'd be sick. But guys, like, comment, and subscribe. All of Smitty's Instagram, website, everything we discussed about is going to be in the description. Please go show him love, especially if you're in California, more specifically Southern California. More specifically Southern California. You heard all the dates to get your goods. That's basically it. Xander, do you want to sign us off, man?
I got you. Thank y'all for joining us for the first episode of the season. We'll catch y'all next time. Later.
Peace.
Later, guys.